Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Fires burn and cauldrons bubble. Well, anyways, it does for here at the Slab, because we're talking about witches and witchy things and witches. And here we go. The Slab. Welcome to the Slab. Woo! So spooky. We fired up our AI. That's why you can't see him on camera. So AI Bobby to the left, Chris to the right.
Hey.
And we are doing not our first video, but hopefully a series of videos where we record just us. And of course, I am DJ, the Jesus of the Slab. For those of you
so powerful, you had to turn it down.
Yeah. For those of you just listening, I have a little click light and I made it look bright. Anyways, Jesus. So yeah, Witch's Brew is what I was calling this one. Anybody got any good witch stories?
Well, this one time at band camp.
I have that same story.
No.
I never went to camp.
We can tell, Bobby. I never programmed you to go to camp.
So, should we throw out the obvious Blair Witch?
Oh, yeah, the Blair Witch Project, absolutely. But that can also be considered as found footage as well.
It's a dual class.
Multi-classing.
But there was no witches in the Blair Witch Project.
Towards the end, when they got in the when they were in the building and everything, you saw like a like when the camera fell down.
Set up to scare the girl. I haven't seen that one in a while, but I don't want to say it was just the two fucking with the one chick.
No,
I don't remember. Not. She thought they were fucking with her. Because, the whole, like, forest madness and all that.
The girl being so close to the camera just... I'm so sorry. Shut up and die with dignity. I didn't know AIs could drink Kool-Aid.
It's motor oil. Or coolant. I'm water cooled.
It's AI, not mechanical.
Got it from old Daddy Jim.
Uncle Jim made it good.
She ain't 380. She ain't a lady.
But no, I gotta say, just in terms of actually like a movie about witches or anything like that, I have to go with the Vivitch.
The Vivitch?
Yeah.
I like the Vivitch. It was a really good movie, all natural lighting.
Really not much background music.
No, and the peekaboo with the baby scene. Oh my God.
That was the opening. Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't the opening, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
let go the kid. Black Phillip.
I love Black Phillip.
Black Phillip. That's all I got. Black Phillip.
Yeah.
And also the opening for the movie, too, kind of helps set the tone with the whole, sacrificing the baby. And
yeah, it's kind of like the film went, we're not fucking around.
Yeah.
We kill a kid first off.
It was a horror movie without all the typical like tropes.
Yeah, because
of one.
I've noticed that with like a lot of like witch movies in general, you don't get a whole lot of like gore or like a lot. You get a lot of like psychological, obviously paranormal.
Yeah,
and it's sometimes I will admit it's a breath of fresh air watching something like that because you can do so much with those movies. I mean, how many like lores and how many fucking like urban legends have you heard? Like we grew up small town. We still kind of do, but we all have like, oh, that lady's a witch. That like nowadays commercially like Wiccan whatnot, it's a little bit more accepted.
Yeah.
But like growing up as kids, like even in the 90s and whatnot, even the early 2000s, like you knew a witch. Like you knew a witch and you were terrified of her. Because it's like, oh my God, she's going to turn me into a frog. Like personally, I like The Craft because Veruca Balk is...
She showed me her boobies and I like them too.
Wrong.
Vicky Valancourt.
Well, she was kind of a witch in that one too. She's the devil, and that's because she watched The Craft. So she showed me her boobies, and I liked them too.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's always a good one.
We all love The Craft and Waterboy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Adam Sandler's coming out with fucking Happy Gilmore 2 and not Waterboy 2.
And Little Nicky too.
Is he coming out Little Nicky too?
I saw one for like March.
I've seen a lot of like fan art for Little Nicky too, but
yeah, I was about to say I've seen a lot of like slapped together trailers, like those like KH Studios and shit like that. Those guys are just they just make fake trailers. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Mine was just a poster while scrolling on Facebook. I didn't look much into it.
Ah, there. It's settled. It's got to be true. It was a random post on Facebook, so it has to be true. Factual. I'm going to put factual. Like, bing, factual.
Bing. Please do.
Yeah, not only like, so we got Blair Witch Project, the Vavitch, or the Witch, whichever one, you look very pointed. Fucking The Craft. What about you, Bobby?
Y'all already brought up the ones I'm most familiar with.
I got one that I think both of you would be familiar with, and would you consider it horror?
What's that?
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter. It's horror themed. It's pretty fucking gothic. There's a lot of witches in it, but yet there's wall-to-wall action.
So I haven't seen Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter, but I have seen just Hansel and Gretel. Like the really dark and twisted one. And
is that the one with Hawkeye from the Avengers?
I can't remember.
Jeremy Renner,
so.
I think his name. Huh.
Like the title is just called Hansel and Gretel.
I think it might be Hansel and Gretel. I'm not sure. Either way, it had witches in it, and it, the costumery and the pageantry was really, really, really good because, they were going to kidnap the children to stay young forever. Wait a minute. Didn't we grow up with a movie like that? So it's not an original fucking story. You lied to me, Sanderson Sisters ripoff bitches. Eating children to stay young forever. That's a fucking old trope. Something new, please.
Yeah, no, the movie I'm thinking of, it was very, very well done. Like, very occult driven. And
was there a troll in it that you fell in love with, like a big guy?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. Like, I would have to rewatch it to remember a lot of it.
I guess, like
it's more of the imagery that I remember about it than anything. Because that's what mainly got me about the movie.
So there's a few movies. Okay, so just because I'm wanting to do this, just as like a newer segment, like when we talk about certain movies, I go into Google and just kind of go, okay, well, like, which horror movies, And it pulls up a list. Coven of Sisters, never seen it. The Wretched, never seen it, although I heard it was good. But this one kind of, I wouldn't consider this witchcraft. I think we all may have seen it. Hereditary.
I don't think I can consider that one.
It's
witchcraft.
More like demonic and more like,
yeah,
like more based in
like paranormal.
Well, it's based off King Payman, one of the 7 demon warlords or whatever in hell, and that's why that one weird nosed girl got her head smashed in by the telephone pole.
Yeah,
like it was all part of the plan. So another thing that kind of pulls up here is, have you guys seen the movie The Ritual?
Can't say that I have.
It's about these like British guys going through a hike after their one of their best friends got killed in a mugging, and They kind of stumble upon like a really old world village. They fucking kidnap him in, and then they're like, well, we're going to summon the old Norse god Loki. And
no, I can't say.
Oh, dude, it's a fucked up movie. It puts you on edge. It's worth watching. Like that's one of those movies that I will strongly recommend to anybody. It is a very good psychological thriller, and it has a lot of tones of witchcraft in it. Like a lot of witchcraft undertones in it, because you got to think it's old like Norse paganism.
Yeah.
So it kind of encapsulates like if an edgy Norse pagan were to make a horror, if Nick were to make a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Nick, he's not here. As you can see, his spot at the table is empty.
Yeah.
I hope he watches this video and regrets his life decisions. This was fun.
Yeah. Nick.
AI, I'm programmed.
Nickelodeon.
He's gonna punch you next.
You think I care?
He's gonna give you a virus next time. He's gonna give you a virus far up that booty hole. I'm talking way up there.
He's gonna put you into the dark web.
The dark web.
The dark web.
Ooh, so scared.
The dark web.
Do I at least get my nightlight?
This is what you get.
That's your light.
Kamehameha! Hey, look, the camera caught a glimpse of your smooth belly. Or your smooth forearms. Why are your forearms so smooth? I've never... Like, you're a relatively hairless man.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
No, that's fine. I like him smooth.
I don't know. Why'd you design me so smooth, you creep?
Smooth. As you can see, I'm running out of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just not a whole lot to go off like solid witchcraft. Like, you can go down all the Blair Witches. You can go down, like the craft loophole. My question is, like, what do you think we need more witchcraft horror movies? Like, just witchcraft based?
Well, I think it depends on how you look at it, because a lot of movies that claim to be like witchy and like witchcraft is just like paranormal shit.
Yeah, and
just like regular like paranormal movies. So you really have to, I think, like go into actual like witch tropes and all this stuff that has to do with it, rituals and spells and all that.
Yeah, I was about to say because I know there's like a huge belief system behind it. So like it's not uncommon to ask for, like not only opinions, but asking for like, hey, we want to involve a ritual similar to this that's congruent with our storyline. How would we go about doing it? And actually like talking about it.
Yeah, or I mean, even if it's just you make up the director makes up the ritual.
Yeah,
whatever,
if it's like a completely fake ritual and then you can just, kind of ham it up, that's fine. But I'd like to see a little bit more research done into it.
Oh, definitely.
Like
don't just have like ghosties and weird shit happening and say it's because of like witch curses and stuff like that, because that's what just makes it a regular old ass paranormal movie.
Then you're kind of going down into like paranormal activity. Like, I'd like to talk about paranormal movies sometime in the future, but man, it's such a broad spectrum when you say paranormal, because
there's a lot of different stuff you can go off of.
Like, we'd have to get very specific in order to talk
like
about
demons, witches, ghosts. It's all tied into the paranormal type shit.
Yep, and then cryptids are technically paranormal, and aliens are technically paranormal, because paranormal by definition is anything that is
out of the ordinary.
Yeah, out of the ordinary, not normal. It's paranormal. Because saying unnormal or denormal is grammatically incorrect.
Not normal.
Detarded. Gotcha. Anything saying other than paranormal is detarded. Great.
So does that mean we can start saying paratarded?
Paratarded, yes. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
You paratard.
Yeah, just putting up a list like movies that are not paratarded and movies that are paratarded. Here's my tier list of paratarded movies. S tier's full drool, all fucking helmet. And that is in no way, shape, or form actually making fun of anybody with a mental or physical disability. We use that term, anything retarded, whatever. We don't use that term to specifically say that somebody's mentally or physically defected. We're saying that, I think the best way I can describe it is like Christopher Titus did an entire stand-up bit about it. And, I agree. Like that's the exact context that I use it in, and that's what I mean, and I have to explain it each time. Because if I see anybody out there that puts their finger in the chest of somebody with Down syndrome and say you're retarded, I'm beating the fuck out of you if grilled cheesemaker doesn't do it in before I do. Because let's face it, they're strong. There's a reason why it's called tard strength. But what I say is, like, if somebody has like all their convictions about them, all of their faculties, they're okay in the head. They were born okay in the head. And they decided to get addicted to meth underneath of a fucking bridge. Even though life has given you every advance to thrive in this country or in this world, you decide to go do meth underneath of a bridge. You're a retard.
Yeah.
That's just how you are. Like, you're a retard and a lesser human being. Although if you do want to get clean, give me a shout. I will be happy to help. Because once again, if you say anything, people get offended. So, and I really don't care because I'm too small to get canceled.
I do a lot of the offending myself.
Oh, I love offending people. Not on purpose, though. Just like, hey, these are my beliefs. Like, we don't like that. You don't have to. It's not yours. It's mine. It's like looking at somebody and saying, you shouldn't eat chocolate ice cream because I like vanilla. Well, fuck you and your vanilla ice cream. I want something that looks like poo. All right?
Pistachio.
I'm going to program my AI over here to like nothing but the strawberry ice cream.
I like banana ice cream.
Hey, weren't we just talking the other day that banana splits is my favorite ice cream? Don't ruin it for me.
Yeah.
that was on Hands of Dynamite fucking like 3 days ago. Like, I love banana splits. Don't ruin it for me.
Yeah. Which movies is a very, very niche subject?
I just thought of another witch movie.
Hit me with it, Daddy.
Scooby-Doo. The witch movie. I can't think of
the one where they're the band. The witch band.
The Hex Girls?
Yeah, the Hex Girls.
I think they're in it, but
wait, or is it that? Or no, that's the one where they go to the school.
You're talking about the one where they're in New Orleans, right?
No, that was the zombies.
Was that the zombies?
Oh,
or no, the cat folks was down. That was Zombie Island. No, this has Tim Curry voices the villain. Takes place in Salem.
How do you all know more about Scooby-Doo than I do?
Because I'm not tired of the Scooby-Doo bullshit.
I am tired of the Scooby-Doo bullshit. I cast Fireball.
I'm gonna look this shit up.
I think it is the Hex Girls movie.
Where they're sexy witches playing at a...
But no, that's the B side of it. Like, there's a full thing.
They can get my D side.
Witch's Ghost.
Ghost?
Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
I like that one.
Man, we're going down to Kittyland territory. Which,
you know what? Scooby-Doo is a shit.
You know what?
Mystery Inc. They deal with ghouls and goblins and zombies.
I now know where your son gets his cadence from. You both get excited to do the same thing.
But yeah. I thought of that one and had to mention it on this podcast.
You know, that wouldn't be a bad thing to eventually go into about is like kids' horror movies, man. Like, come on.
Dude, sometimes that's the shit. Like, you want to watch something spooky.
Goosebumps.
But not gruesome.
I was about to fucking say that because I know for a motherfucking fact that I have sat down with both of you, both individually and together, and we watched Goosebumps together. And we enjoyed it the entire time because the beginning theme of Goosebumps, nobody's made a rap to it. Even though that beat slaps.
Sir.
What?
I was never there for that.
I programmed you to be there, put your camera on.
But I wasn't there.
You were there.
No, I wasn't.
I made sure you were.
No.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Yeah. We've seen Goosebumps together.
No.
You know, on the camera, it looks like I'm talking to a wall. Just like, listen here, spackle. Actually, there's no spackling in here. These are still moving blankets. But it's a good mock-up of what we're wanting to do.
Yeah, it works. Keeps the heat in.
Yes, that's the entire point of it, is keeping the heat in, which it's worked. It's worked
Oh, yeah.
pretty good, actually.
Doing off the ceiling definitely helped a lot.
Yeah, we just did that today, and then getting that fucking attic done.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Ann, you're going to have to live in there. We've watched Goosebumps together.
No, we haven't.
We have.
No.
Yes, we have watched Goosebumps together.
No.
Yes, we have.
I've been drug-free since 1935.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
You heard the words coming out of my mouth.
You've been drug-free since 1935. What the bitch? What does that have to do with us watching Goosebumps together? Look, now you broke Chris on camera. Fix him.
No. I'm not programmed to fix anyone, only break them. But no, I have a clear memory. We have never watched Goosebumps together.
Yes, we have.
No, we haven't.
We have watched Goosebumps together because Aiden was little and it was the first time I got Netflix.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We have watched Goosebumps together.
I will fight you tooth and nail to the death. We never watched Goosebumps together.
We have watched, motherfucker, we've watched Goosebumps in my house over here.
No.
Oh, no, wait, that was Ghoulies that we watched.
Yes.
Technically, we could talk about Ghoulies.
We could, if I remembered it.
Wizard fight.
Oh, yeah.
That was the day we Eiffel Towered my son. All right, everybody out there, this is out of context. We're going to leave it like that, though. Why your hands clammy? It's like shaking hands with a sad chihuahua.
You know what?
Motherfucker just sniffed his hand.
I scratched my balls before we did that, and you just sniffed your hand now. Come on, deeper.
I can't. My mouth isn't that wide.
I would go as far to say as Ernest Scared Stupid.
You know,
because it was a curse.
There was a curse. It was a troll's curse, but there was a hint of witchcraft in there because the little old lady that
the
plays
crazy
Yzma.
old lady, yeah.
Because she voices Yzma.
She also was Madame Zeroni.
Yes, she was also Madame Zeroni.
Digging up pools.
I mean, if we want to keep splitting hairs here, speaking of splitting hairs, we can talk about the original Wolfman because that was a gypsy's curse.
Yeah, it was.
If it was a curse and it was made by somebody with ooga booga magical powers, then
we'll just call them the Oogie Boogies.
Technically, on that same kind of oogity boogity, we could talk about zombies with the voodoo curse.
That's
the voodoo curse.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to keep topic flowing.
Yeah, no, I get you, but zombies is in 2 weeks. That we
would
be talking...
voodoo be considered a type of witchcraft?
Yes, voodoo is definitely considered a type of witchcraft, and so is Santeria. And thank you for bringing that up to me, because one of my favorite fucking movies is based in voodoo and hoodooism, and that's motherfucking... Oh, why can't I remember it? Oh, Serpent in the Rainbow.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say
Serpent
Puppet Master.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say Puppet Master for some reason.
Nah, that's just Jewish magic.
Jew mag.
YouTube's strike. We ain't making money off this shit. Who cares? We're just having fun. But that, like,
Wait, what was that Nick Cage movie we last watched that we thought was so stupid? About the dolls. Long Legs.
oh no, that was that.
That had
no.
a little witchy to it.
No, I ain't talking about Long Legs unless it's here to fucking bash it. Fuck that movie.
I'm just. Am I wrong? Was there a little bit of witchiness to it?
No, it was all okay. I don't know what the fuck it was
Neither do I.
because it's a doll with a fucking ball in its head for some goddamn reason, and then all of a sudden, devil worship is in there. This is the most stupidest fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. It was boring. I almost fell asleep. Bobby was jerking off half the fucking time. And he almost made me hate Nick Cage. Nick Cage deserves to be on a fucking placard above my head.
Not all of his movies are awesome. Point proven with Long Legs.
Look, even a blind squirrel will eventually lose a nut.
I lost 7 during that movie. DJ found them in his butt later on.
Yeah, he did it magically. I'm like, did you just
Like a
come?
witch.
Like, check your butt. Oh. Awkward silence break.
So if you were to make a witch movie, how would you go about it?
I'd completely tear off from the lore of Baba Yaga. I would go Russian. And I'm talking
Okay.
Shaq with the chicken legs and everything, and I would have Alex Terrible somewhere in that movie. I would have to. There'd be no fucking question about it. I have the Baba Yaga mask up on my fucking wall. I'd turn the camera, but it's all the fucking way over there, so I ain't getting up. That means I have to shimmy fuck Bobby over.
Like I'm complaining.
Never said you were. Never said you weren't. That's okay. So, Witches Horror, I would say, is an untapped market, but we can totally fucking like if we were to make a Witches Horror movie, like specifically if I were to make one, it would be a right off Baba Yaga lore, and like I would have to make it terrifying. There would be that final conflict between hero and villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like there would have to be.
Oh, yeah.
But I would definitely do a lot of like I would do more psychological, make the heroes fucking try to combat magic with magic kind of thing. But then come to find out if you just, punch a witch in the face, they're still a human.
Make it stupid.
Like, whack! Oh shit. All I had to do was lay her out. Fuck, that was easy.
So I'm not the biggest brain person in the room, but I have an idea for your story to how the hero gets to the point of wanting to punch the bitch in the face.
Killed all of her friends, I mean.
No. Baba Yaga eats babies. Eats Hero's baby. Hero punches Baba Yaga in face.
Baba Yaga eats baby while Hero's still pregnant. Thinks Hero's dead. Casts her off into the swamp. Then she has to spend fucking months in a, Russian swamp going through cold and hot spells, hunting down Baba Yaga. Goes through multiple villages. Gets a slew of cast and character creation behind it. Finally punches Witch in the face and then probably stabs her.
Which Baba Yaga eats Hero's baby. Hero punches Baba Yaga in the stomach. Baba Yaga throws up Hero's baby. Hero is happy. That's how it ends.
Mommy!
It looks like fucking Hatchet. She just puts it back in the Baba Yaga. Stuffs it back in. No. Shuts the mouth. No. Swallow it. Sorry. And then bye. Baba Yaga's like, this was a weird day. She eats it like a snake. Oh, yeah, she turns into a snake and crawls in her what's it when she's asleep. I'll make it a village whore.
Oh, yeah.
I would make it a village whore. Don't know who the daddy is. Not important.
Satan is the daddy.
No, Satan's the guy that used to do the stables. We don't know who the pappy is. It could be anybody. She's a hoe.
Oh, so Satin is the daddy.
That's the gardener. Satin, actually.
Jesus?
Jesus is the baby. We could talk about Ghoulies doing the wizard fight. I liked that movie, all right?
Ghoulies is always amazing.
It was fun.
It's low budget and it's hilarious. I noticed that I have more fun with low budget movies.
Oh, we all do.
Well,
just because they're wacky.
We're not going in expecting like the best movie we've ever seen. We're going in completely expecting this is going to either suck or be so bad it's wonderful. It's not like Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Not at all.
No.
Donuts.
You don't want to watch this movie. In fact, no.
Yes,
you
do.
I want you to watch this movie with me because I think it'd be one of your favorite movies. Not because it has anything to do with food, okay? Let's just...
Is it up there in badness of Slacks?
Worse.
It's worse.
Oh, way worse.
Yep. Storyline, effects, everything.
Let's put it this way. If I hadn't have seen Longlegs, Attack of the Killer Donuts would be probably my vote for one of the worst horror movies ever made.
But it was yet one of the best.
It was not one of the best. There was only one redeeming scene, and that's when the guy gets hit in the head with a hammer. And because it bounced off a window. Somehow.
And it wasn't even like a ballistic window or anything.
It was just a regular pane window, just like next to a door. He's, throw a hammer, bong, pack. I was like, ah! I love shtick. I love slapstick.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes window is strong.
I don't know about against a flying hammer, though.
I've seen it.
I mean, you'd have to see the scene just so you can go, bullshit. It'd shatter the window. Like, it was for comedic effect. But, like, I still don't understand. Like, the whole town dies from Killer Donuts.
Yeah.
And, like,
it doesn't make sense.
They have sex. And, like, they wake up in bed and the mother walks in like, oh, I'm sorry. Good to see you have a female in bed.
Oh, so he fucks the chick and not the donuts.
I'd rather him fuck the donuts. It'd make it more interesting.
The meme, can I stack donuts on it?
Okay, so when we talk about like really bad movies, we talk like a Toxic Avengers top tier so bad it's good. It is a terribly made fucking movie. It is the lowest of the low budget, but I love that movie with fucking everything.
Oh, everybody does. They made a second one.
And a third. And a fourth. And they remade it. With the only midget allowed to work in Hollywood. But
Bridget?
we both have seen those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even when we talk about a witch's brew, like we're tossing in like I say we each pick an ingredient. So it'd be either be a bad movie or a good movie, toss it into the brew, and I'll give you an outcome. So my thing to start this off with, now just follow me here. I'm going to start off a little weird. Rubber. I'm going to throw in rubber. Rubber's in the pot. Who's next?
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Fatal Exam.
Oh, God. Fatal Exam. Did you have to say Fatal Exam? Okay.
Yes.
The snake scene from The Craft. Fuck that scene.
No, a whole movie.
Oh. Okay, The Craft.
The Craft. Okay, so you're going to go The Craft, Fatal Exam, and Rubber. Okay, so you know what we've effectively made? The tire from Rubber goes to Hogwarts. And starts killing people telepathically. Because Fatal Exam, bad movie about school, The Craft, witchcraft, school, Hogwarts, tire, rubber. Now imagine this tire wearing the sorting hat, and it just going, what the fuck? Imagine if a tire was in Hogwarts. What if Hogwarts was a horror movie? Like Harry Potter was a horror movie.
I mean,
Deathly Hallows Part 2 was kind of.
I was about to say everything from Prisoner of Azkaban and on was
pretty dark. Yeah,
pretty dark.
Like it got pretty dark.
Technically, as someone who is afraid of snakes, the Chamber of Secrets was a whole ass mind fuck. Because that's a real thing. Snakes could come out of the toilet.
Not in Indiana.
It could happen.
No.
It could.
You stop being paranoid about being a snake being in the toilet and worry about one being on my front porch.
I'd shoot that fucker.
I tried to. He wouldn't let me.
Because you were trying to shoot it with a 12 gauge with me directly next to it. So, no, I just beat it to death with a shovel. Yeah, I beat a snake to death with a shovel.
I was questioning how long ago, but then I was like, oh, it's cold time. They're not around right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, a snake, can't remember if it was Shiloh or Sophie. A snake actually went after, I think it was Sophie. It was just a little, I think a little garter snake. It was nothing big. But she freaked out and said snake, and Jolene ran up, grabbed it, and threw it in the pond.
Good puppy.
Whap! I'm like, genius! Good dog. The lengths that dog will go to protect the children. Like, she seems like a hippopotamus, and that she's
Just because she is a hippopotamus.
Yeah, she is a pitopotamus. And just because she's just goofy and everybody loves the JoJo and JoJo loves the everybody, but if you are a snake or raccoon shaped, it's on sight. She does not care.
No, I'm still thinking about snakes coming out of the toilet.
Stop! What did
I fucking can't. This is how my brain works.
You know what? You're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, you did this to yourself, so suffer with it.
Yes, I did bring it up, but it was in topic of conversation.
You're talking about snakes being in the toilet. Instead of snakes on a plane, snakes in a commode.
No, you said, what if Harry Potter was horror? And I was bringing up an actual phobia.
Oh, I thought you meant
what
like if
said.
like the basilisk was trying to get out of the toilet.
No.
Well, I guess that would be pretty terrifying because, the toilet seat would lift up with the basilisk's mouth.
You would probably lift up with the toilet seat.
Yeah, well, rest easy to know that I'm going to shit in that snake's mouth because I'm on the toilet and it's happening. All right? And I will attempt to flush before. That way it all goes down the throat. Expelliarmus! With that gallon jug of water, I was hoping to God you were going to, lick it up and then just start chugging it. Please don't do that. You'll get waterlogged and probably puke.
It's also too fucking cold. There's a chunk of ice in it.
Huh?
I mean, the heater's right here. You can just put it in front of the heater.
I like the ice water. It helps cool me.
Listen, well, the ice water loves you.
I don't love these hoes. They ain't loyal.
So how do you gentlemen feel about the witchy movies?
I think there needs to be more of them. I think there needs to be a lot more of them. I think it's more of an untapped genre because it's a little taboo still.
Do you think more research needs to be done still for it to actually be
I absolutely do. Personally, I think that if they go into different areas of lore. So if, like I said, I go Baba Yaga, Russian lore. There's also, Eastern European lore. There's American lore about witches. There's a Christian lore about witches. Haitians, exactly. Chileans. I mean, every country has a story about a witch.
Yeah.
Every single country has one. But yet we don't have more movies about it. But there's a fucking million possession movies, and there's a million movies about exorcisms, and there's a million fucking movies about demons and Christianity beliefs. I'm like, why don't we do something different? How many movies are there about nuns dying? It's so shocking.
Not enough.
Bobby over here wanting to smoke. We gave it
Bobby,
smoke.
how do you feel on it? Do you think more needs to be made? Do you think there's already been enough made? Are you just not that interested to go out of your way to look for them?
So there could be a few more, yes. But in the same aspect, let the time come for them. Because,
Okay.
like DJ just said, we're oversaturated with, like, the heavy Christian religion type based horror movies. That I'm afraid if they did that with the witchcraft type movies, everyone would be complaining about it like we are about the Christian movies.
Yeah, it doesn't need to
And
be.
not even complaining about it, just...
I think there needs to be at least 5 more solid, like witchcraft based horror movies. Like, because you see a lot of like witches in movies, but it's never. It's always glamorized as something positive,
Yeah.
and it's because I don't know why.
Make witches negative again.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're supposed to be scary. Like you don't dress up as a witch for Halloween if you're like an impressionable little girl or a questioning young man. You don't dress up like a witch for Halloween because you want to dazzle everybody. You dress up because you want to scare people.
So, funny enough, I wore my my witchy leggings today.
That's appropriate. Like, that's absolutely appropriate.
Like, I had no idea. Like, I had a hint of what was happening tonight for the podcast, but I had no idea, and I just was already wearing them. I was like, fuck it, it's cold, they're comfy.
That was fate.
It was
It was the universe.
magical.
It was.
Almost like somebody put a spell on you.
And now you're
Oh, Winifred, you are not.
No, I'm more of a Thackeray Binks. I die twice, let's face
Can
it.
I be ice?
Turn around.
Ice.
We know somebody like that.
Why the fuck are you pointing at me?
John E. Ice. From wrestling.
Oh, that dipshit.
Yeah, that idiot. You know how many times we looked at this fucking moron and went, ice, ice. And he did not get it. He thought we were doing it for him. So he starts doing it himself. And I'm like,
I think he was high on ice.
yeah. No, I completely agree. He had that pharmaceutical grade methamphetamines going through his system. Notice I said pharmaceutical grade. I wanted to, up the ante a little bit. Auntie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Auntie? This went off the rails really fucking fast.
Really fast. Yeah. It has like 7 times.
Well, we always keep circling back to like, we're trying to not talk about it, but there's not much to talk about. Like we're wanting more witchcraft based horror movies.
Give us more shit to talk about, people.
More good witchcraft
Yes.
movies.
Yeah.
Even if it's bad, give us something to shit on.
Yeah. Like, out of the 5, make it 6 in total. Give us one shitter.
And I mean a good shitter.
Yeah.
I mean, the bitch is wearing the pointy hat the entire time, like, I'm a witch.
The green skin with the wart and the pointy nose.
That's my point. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so we can break down a scary scene. Wizard of Oz, the flying monkeys.
You know
pretty
that scene in The Wizard of Oz where the monkeys were tearing up
the scarecrow, and it was just like that. Step Brothers. But
It was bad. It was real bad.
this house is a fucking prison on planet bullshit. In the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks.
Why are you so sweaty?
I was watching Cops.
I know you touched my drum set. Cops doesn't come on till 4.
I like how I went from scary movies to Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell needs to be in a horror movie.
He was in the remake of Bewitched, so it does tie back around to it.
Hey, and we made the circle.
It's like a circle.
We made the circle. Wait, or is it like this? I don't know. I'm not a Marvel fan, so.
Oh, the Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
If I was good enough at editing, I'd put like a butthole right here.
I mean, there's a
Where's
butthole
the-
right here.
Why is it hooked? Stop with your echidna penis. Yeah, I don't know why is it echidna.
I was going flaccid in the hole.
Your hands are awfully rough. That must be terrible for you late at nights. What kind of lube do you use?
What's lube?
Oh, so you just go raw sandpaper.
How do you know I use sandpaper?
Because you've seen The Human Centipede Part 2.
I disagree with that movie. You never go ass to mouth.
It's okay to go ass to mouth sometimes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's absolutely
No.
okay. It is okay.
No,
Yes.
nah.
I'm not budging on this.
Neither am I.
All right, look, I eat the booty like groceries, but it has to be cleaned.
Good for you. No matter how clean they get, they could be shower fucking fresh. There's still poop particles.
Yummy.
Last night's dinner. From 3 weeks ago.
I missed it when she made chicken alcata. So what do you think about witch-based horror movies? Like, do you think there should be more, less?
I agree there needs to be more, but people really need to do their research on stuff and not just turn it into another paranormal movie.
So how would you construct a witchcraft movie without the paranormal? While we think about that, how about we take a quick commercial break? Actually, from Tarot Tattoo.
Ow, fucker, easy.
Stop moving and want to hurt so much.
Maybe if you weren't so heavy-handed.
The fuck y'all doing?
So I hit up Chris about doing a tattoo, and it's been a while, and the machine's old.
Your mom is old.
You have smoked yourselves stupid. We are friends with Tarot Tattoo.
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of cash. So...
And you know they're affordable at only $100 an hour. Prices may vary.
Nick's got a weird schedule, though.
So just book an appointment through their Instagram or Facebook so he can set it up himself.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Alright, I'm dumb. Where the fuck they at again?
711 South 9th Street, Richmond, Indiana, 47374.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah, with a great atmosphere and wonderful artwork and staff.
Really? Just gonna shoehorn that right in there, huh?
Ow, goddamn.
Dude, we're already halfway done. Calm down.
We all back.
So, like I said before, research. I would put more of the focus on the history of the witch, or even like group of witches or whatever it may be, but like the history of it, actually, like curses, spells,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Something
Like
that would be
nothing ghosty or undead related. Like everybody's still alive and living, maybe.
And in my personal opinion, you got to make the witch a human.
Yeah,
You
it
make
has to be a human.
You make it this like, I'm eons old and I blah blah blah. It's like, okay, like now you've just crossed the line to paranormal.
Yep.
Yawn.
Interdimensional shit.
It's like I don't even like hate on paranormal movies because I love plenty of them. There's plenty of great ones out there, but there's more bad ones because you can always blame something on the paranormal. It is such a scapegoat.
Yep.
Like my tiny wiener. I
Like-
blame it on the paranormal.
Like if Terrifier 1 told us that he was paranormal, if he had a small bit of lore right behind it, right in the beginning, nobody knows what he is. He's not of this world or some shit like that. I would have liked the movie. I would have even looked past the part of the bitch getting sawed in half because I understand he's paranormal. That means he's stronger or he's got some sort of magic behind him or something. But they played it off like he was this regular-ass guy just painted up like a clown. And I did not mind the movie until the one scene. And I went, bullshit. I know I sit here and I have a Jason Voorhees tattoo and whatnot. And I know, but Jason Voorhees was always sold as paranormal or superhuman. From the very fucking beginning. He is
Well,
not
all
right.
the slashers were.
Yeah. Well, Michael Myers was never. He was just a regular guy that was insane. That's why I love the first Halloween, the 2018 remake, and the ones after that. I don't like it when they involve the curses and all that shit. And I did like the Rob Zombie remake only because they made him huge. This huge and, this huge force, which explains the strength. Cool. That's all self-explained. Terrifier fucking 1 never explained it. I loved Terrifier 2. I thought that was a great movie. They could have cut it by about 35 minutes. We didn't need to see the party scene. That had no bearing on the story. We didn't need to see that, but it was a good movie. And we established that, hey, he is paranormal, so some wacky shit's going to happen. And maybe a small bit of psychological as well because, he was seeing shit that nobody else was seeing, blah, blah, blah. Terrifier 3, you could have done better. Man, you could have done fucking better. It could have been a better movie, but it was just, we have to up the shock and up the gore. How about you up the story? Don't up the shock, up the gore, up the story. Up the story and you would have my attention. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Art the Clown isn't a iconic killer because he is. Obviously, everything speaks for itself, but these are just my opinions. People out there that listen to us or watch us, you don't have to take our opinions to heart because, we're just, at the end of the day, we're just guys sitting in a cabin talking about horror movies or mixed martial arts or things that, remind us of nostalgia or whatever. So, I guess what I'm saying is for here, we've done the video thing before and we've done it so poorly that it was getting a little bit of traction just because people were like, this is corny, this is stupid, but it's these guys are having fun, which was what the vibe we were going for. But people don't understand, man. We would be up there for fucking days recording. Yeah. The more intricate we got, the longer times we took up there fucking recording, and it was not as well suited for a heater than this building was. This building doesn't have any fucking walls in it, and we can still maintain heat in it better. Up there, it was not.
It was terrible up there.
It was so cold no matter what.
Hell, which one was it that we did the choke slam and all that?
That was for Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers. Yeah, that one took us
4 days straight of recording.
Yeah.
Because we had to record the little commercial breaks on a separate day.
Yeah, the commercial breaks, actually talking about the movie, the choke slam itself.
And the fight scene itself.
Yeah, the skit.
Yep. And then I spent 48 hours straight fucking editing it.
Mm-hmm.
People are that took a week. And guess what? The day I got it to fucking post and it was all ready and we were happy with it, we had to go back up there and record again. And I was just drained. I was like, man, it was taking time away from work. And I was like, fuck, man, I'm exhausted. I'll do small edits to this one, but it's not going to be anything gigantic. 90% of it's going to be what you see here. I know people are used to on YouTube and whatnot, are used to better camera quality and shit, but we're figuring it out. We stayed with audio because that's my wheelhouse. Audio is my wheelhouse, but I am trying to get a hold of a few different people to come in here and run the video for us. like maybe more of behind the scenes crew that it's going to make us look a little bit better on camera, better angles, better, whatever. But they're going to bring their equipment in. So that way I don't have to invest money because I need to invest money into here before I invest money into video. And I know we're going to need a better background and shit and like a better backdrop. Because you can see in frame that like
all of our shit.
Well, not even all of our shit. Like, yeah, this is kind of a hodgepodge corner where we have certain items sitting up here. And then we have my on-air thank you, Michael Black, for giving me, and with Spawn as well. Thank you, Michael Black, for giving me a sign that I've always wanted to buy, but it's not that I never had the money. It's just that I've never thought I've ever deserved it. And he gave it to me. So like, man, I told you could have it. So here you go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, like, it means a little bit more to me that it was giving it to me. So I want it in frame now, but eventually it'll be beyond that front door. And whenever we're done, we're ready to go. We've got everything laid out. We got our carpets in here that we wanted to get. The walls are up. I'm tempting a drop ceiling like a motherfucker. And we're like extremely comfortable and this place looks great. Everything's set, everything's been laid out. Then I'll hang the on-air sign up and I will turn it on. But until then, I'm stuck. It's going to be in frame though. So yeah, people out there in YouTube land and like Spotify, Instagram, all that fun stuff. If you follow our Instagram, I kind of post on there, or at least I'm on there. You can, DM me ideas and whatnot. That'd be kind of cool too. Not that I run out of them. It's just, I like interacting with fans. Kind of let the Discord server die a little bit. I didn't really want to maintain it. Like I started one because it got kind of popular. I got friends with decent Discord servers, but it's like, Like not a lot of people like to listen to, random podcasts that isn't already established by an already established fucking celebrity. Or an already established athlete. Like, that's where we kind of have the climb still. Like I'm still working on more on promotion, so I'm going to be trying to promote videos more, trying to promote everything else more, trying to promote everybody else's shit a little bit more. And I got somebody that's going to be helping me with that too. I guess this year I'm asking for more help because like last couple of years I have not. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And I didn't like how that went. I lost a lot of creative edges. I lost a lot of focus, and it started to become like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. But now it's like, okay, I gotta take a small time to look at myself and say, I need help. So that's why I'm spreading shit like how I'm spreading shit. Like now it's like, Smokers Lounge Productions has never been a place for like, oh, we're going to produce music and all this other shit. It's like, we're going to produce content underneath one banner, and then the podcast, like an umbrella or like tendrils, are going to come out from underneath of it. So that way, you got Hands of Dynamite. That's your show. You control posting it. You control everything else about it. That's you. Like, I stay out of it, and I'll obviously be on the show and, be there for whenever you need my help. Like Nick's Nostalgia Cast. I know we fucking press him to do more episodes, because it's a good flowing show. It's like, man, we can do a lot with that. And I understand, he's starting to get more time with his son, and that's what he's always wanted. So, I'm like, I'm not going to step on his toes. Yeah. That family always comes first. I've always been a big part about that. And I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to find a dedicated team of people. Like I want video editors. I want animation. I want animation artists like a motherfucker. Because some of the shit that we've said in the past that we could put into a little small animation would fucking slap.
Some of the shit we've said could land us in jail.
I'm not a terrorist. I just say terroristic shit. But I also believe in the First Amendment. Freedom of speech without prosecution.
America's fuck.
Yeah, America's fuck. Now, if somebody's like, you offended me, which time? It's going to be the only words out of my mouth. Which time?
Spin the wheel.
Ding, 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 Was it the retard? No? Okay, just by looking, I'm sorry. I'm totally down for doing more video, I'm trying to be more comfortable being on camera.
Yeah.
Like, I know I ham it up and I'm way more animated, but I'm way more animated because I'm on camera right now, so let's get that right. And
Another reason why I'm the AI and not quite on camera. I don't like my face. There's nothing no one can do to make this look good.
we all love your face, Bobby. Like, for somebody to put yourself so down so much, like, you are surrounded by a group of people that do nothing but lift you the fuck up. Like, you have no, and it takes
I'm
the
not
group.
paying your hospital bills once your back goes out from lifting my fat ass.
I was like, and it's a group effort to lift you, so. Hey, you drew the blood first, all right?
I know.
And, like, I think, and I know live, on a show, I think that you should have your own. Like, I know you talk about you don't have a lot of passion to talk about, like, a particular one thing. And that's fine. You don't have to. But I know there's things that you have experiences with that you would like to talk about. Because I notice if we get on certain subjects, Bobo, you'll talk fucking endlessly on it. You will go on rants. You will talk more than I can tell you have the light. I found the light or saw the light or whatever. You're not allowed to die in here, but
Fuck you, I'll do what I want.
I just understand. I know I'm pressing this a lot, but understand that from this angle, I see a lot of potential in you, Bobby, and I'm just trying to help you bring it out. Like, you are a lot more smart and intelligent than you give yourself fucking credit for. Physically, you're a 6.5. You are. I'm a 5. Chris is a 9. So Nick's the middle at the 7. He's got the beard going for him. Without the beard, he looks like a pug. So Nick, we love you. You pug-looking bitch. But I see a lot of potential in you. Like, I've worked with you not only at jobs, but at, like, different events and whatnot. Like, I've seen what you can do. I've seen what you are very capable of, and I've kind of molded myself into just drawing myself towards people that are more talented or have more knowledge than myself, or they have something that I see in them, some sort of, like, huge redeeming quality. Like, I've seen a lot of people, it's like, man, you're making a great YouTuber, but beyond the camera, you're a cock. Like, no.
It's my personality.
Yeah, your personality is like a 3 out of 10. I understand that. But build you up just to cut you back the fuck down.
You should understand my personality. You helped mold this piece of shit.
And you trusted a guy like me to mold. Now, how did that work out for you? All right, you trusted me to mold your personality. Now you're in a shed talking about fucking horror movies in a microphone. All right.
Well, I would have been doing this on my own without the microphone and the camera and the people listening. Hi guys.
So you'd have been in a shed by yourself talking about horror movies? You said you'd do it yourself with blackjack and hookers, right?
Minus the blackjack.
He is the only person that would go out, drive the streets like fucking Frankenhooker, flash a wad of cash, put him in a shed, and make him talk about horror movies. You definitely would. In fact, I'd chip it a couple $100. I want to see what happens. Mix it up. Get a couple male prostitutes as well.
Sounds all fun and dandy, but then I remembered I don't like talking to other people other than you fuckers.
That's why we're here. not with other people. And, one thing, at least particularly for the Slab, I want to start going to a little bit, some more horror conventions and try to get our name out there a little bit better. I still am very passionate about trying to find some way to fund a movie. Because goddamn, I wrote so many scripts for so many different movies, and I've done fuck all nothing with them.
Have you talked to Joey about the Forsaken Forest people?
Yeah.
They like doing the horror conventions and shit. Maybe
Yeah, no, I've already talked to
crossed opportunity there.
I've already talked to Forsaken Forest. It was about the time that he was offering all that was a little too close to. Okay, so Joey, if you're watching this, like, I've tried to reach out to you, I've tried to text you and whatnot, and I know your life has been busy and shit's been kind of fucky, and I understand that. But if you do watch this video, sir, what happened, the whole Forsaken Forest thing, is that I got asked to, join the crew and whatnot, and, hey, that's all fine and dandy, but the time he asked me was like September-ish, like closing in on September.
Yeah,
and we had
very close.
Yeah, we had already written out the schedule for the Slab and for future shows and whatnot. And we already had places we were going. And I told him, I was like, man, my schedule's screwed. Like, you've asked me at the wrong time. Now, if he would have asked me like tomorrow, like, hey man, would you be available for October? I would absolutely work out something with Forsaken Forest. Like, I would love to, but can I do a show or two out there? I'd love to be able to get some cast and crew on there, talk about their experiences working, because I've owned and worked at plenty of haunts my entire fucking life. So it's like, I know what to expect, and I want to hear their funny stories, and I want to hear what they feel about it, because those are people just as passionate as I am. But I've also told them myself that when you get into a scene like that, y'all become a fucked up little family. And I try to stay away from that, because I don't want to get emotionally involved in people I'm going to see once a year.
Yeah.
So yeah. I would be pretty cold going in it. Like, I'd be friendly and talk to people and whatnot, hold conversations, but don't expect me to go to the barbecues or like your kid's birthday party. I'm just not that kind of guy. Like, I keep my circle of friends close and tight for a reason.
Now, I didn't know all that. When I mentioned that, I just was
no,
you're
fine. Like, I don't have any hate towards Forsaken Forest whatsoever, or any bad feelings. I think more people should go to it. I believe they have an amazing location. They have a great haunt. I've been through the entire tour. I've been walked through it, and it's a fantastic place. It's way better than what I threw on. But there again, they also invested like quadruple the amount of fucking money I did. So it's going to be better. You know what I mean? And they have a way bigger cast and shit. Like, I get it, and a lot more property. It's like you're comparing apples to oranges on that one. But they are really good people. The owner is a really great guy. I sat and talked to him for a minute, and I would love to be able to go out there, and I'd love to work with them, but I also have to keep in mind that I have a show here as well. So if I'm going to do that, I need to be able to have resources to do my show there as well. Like, I'd love to be able to like set up a fucking booth and just like, hey, we're here promoting Forsaken Forest, blah, blah, blah. And, have fucking actors come up and start talking about like, hey, this is what we're doing. I want the owner to sit down and talk to us for a minute, ask him pointed questions like, hey, why'd you do this? Where did it all start? Blah, blah, blah. What was your reasoning behind it? And it can be something as petty as like, I wanted more money. Cool. I get it. I totally get it.
Now, with that being said, October, I will be working out there at the haunt. I've already told work, hey, I'm taking the weekends off in October.
You're fine.
I need to let you guys know, too.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, if you were to ask me between now, which is January, by the way, this episode will be out January 14th. So, or for something next Saturday, whatever day that is.
18th.
Yeah, the 18th. And because when we record, we release a week later. So people that would be listening to this is a week in the future. But I would like to do something with them. I really would. But if you ask me between now and like June, it's a yes. But I have to look at it from a business standpoint as well. You need an extra scare, I can kind of help here and there. I really don't care about money. Like, they don't have to pay me. They can literally trade me in like, hey, you can absolutely do that, but I'm going to need something for my business as well. That's the mindset I'm in. And it's nothing to do with like bad blood or anything. It's all positive. I'd love to go out there, set up my own booth, get my own speakers out there. Like, I'll do the fucking legwork. Y'all don't have to touch shit. All I ask is like 10 minutes for certain actors and actresses and scarers and whatnot. Come in, talk to us, help us promote a little bit more. I'll be a voice out there. But as for like running around full time and doing all that, like I can do that maybe one day out of that week.
Yeah.
Like, I can't dedicate a full fucking weekend. Like, I can be like a solid Friday nighter or a solid Sunday nighter, but I can be out there Saturdays as long as I'm recording my show, because I have to. I just have to keep a schedule. I'm recording like 10 episodes, releasing them all, and then I'm taking like a 3-week break after that. And it's the same thing. Like, that's just what I'm doing. Like, I'll be like, hey, after this last episode, we're taking a small break, just because doing it consistently is going to get you burnt out on it. But it also helps us with other projects as well. So that is something to look forward to, and something new that we have been doing on here is something we've actually never done before. We've tried it, but we've never accurately done it here in the Slab, at least, is I'm saying like what next week is. Like, next week's subject is action horror. So we're definitely doing action horror next week, because there are so fucking many of them. And like, we can actually talk about The Witch Hunter and action horror, the Vin Diesel movie. It's kind of scary. It's really actiony. Why not?
Also, something else. I need to start watching some of these movies.
You want me to write you a list out, Bobo?
That we'll talk about it after this.
Gotcha. So
Don't want to make any hints or promises to something that might not work out.
So how about this to prepare everybody for? I'll list out one movie individually, so you each get your own to watch and kind of so we can talk about. And I'm not going to say it here, but I'll say it off camera and whatnot. And then I want your guys' honest opinion about it. If you hate it, if you loved it, you're lukewarm to it, I don't care. I want an opinion about it. And then I want you to bring one more movie to the table. Something of your choosing. So 7 days, I'm asking you to watch 2 movies for the next week's subject. That's it. You can do that in a day. You can do that on Friday evening sitting down with your kids. It's simple.
Hey kids, let's get traumatized.
You kidding me? Okay. So this
all
is
y'all's kids love this shit. I don't have kids.
This is more paranormal than it is witchcraft. But Shiloh, the other night, we were like, all right, let's sit down and watch it. Let's sometimes, like maybe 2 nights out of the week, maybe 3, we'll have a family movie night. And I'll have the kids like, all right, the older kids pick one, because, the little one's like, I want to watch the,
Moana,
Disenchanted or whatever. I'm like, no. So I'll ask Shiloh and Aiden, hey, you kids think of a movie, pick one, I'll flip a coin, and then we'll watch it. Shiloh picked Scary Stories Tell in the Dark. I was really proud of her, and she won the coin flip. So you sat down and watched Scary Stories Tell in the Dark while eating popcorn and chicken.
Nice.
Not popcorn chicken, but popcorn, like a bag of popcorn. I had chicken legs, so it was weird. But yeah, I thought it was a fine evening. We had fun. So, but that's what I'm saying, is that everybody here can make time to watch 2 movies in a week. And I know, like, your schedule with work, you really depends on when you can get in here. So
yeah,
and I get that. That's fine.
Because right now I'm working at least 1 or 2 days night shift, a day off, and then like the rest of the week I'll be day shift. And it's weird. But I'm trying to make it work and show up and do the AI thing while I'm here.
And you can totally just take that spot if you want. If you want to just stay off camera.
I have a mask I gotta grab out of the garage that I can wear. And as long as my face is covered in some way, I'm better on camera. I call it the Slipknot effect. Funny enough, I coined that back working Fuzzy's Freak Show when I was wearing a mask and was actually able to perform better.
You should invest in multiple masks to wear in here.
I actually have like 6, roughly.
Do you think you can be topical with masks?
Maybe.
Like if we do like, for instance, like
I have
Hillbilly Slasher.
Well, we got the one leather mask hanging up over here.
It's not up there anymore, but it is in here, yeah.
I knew it was up there. I have a skeleton mask with a movable jaw, a pumpkin mask. There's the Slaughter to Prevail masks. Yeah, but those are your guys' masks, and I don't want to get them all sweaty.
Well, we're going to go ahead and just end the episode here, mainly because the video froze. But,
All right.
yeah, next week's going to be action horror, guys.
Me.
So until next week, bye.
Bye.